Hello everyone, welcome to the pre-placement call, and we're just waiting for a few more people to join. Once everyone join, we will get started with the call. So I see student from IIM Shrimur has already joined it. We're waiting for a student from NIT Bhopal as well as IIT Dhanbad. So we're just waiting for them. We'll just wait like for 2 more minutes. In the meantime, our founder Mr. Amar will be joining the call, and then we'll get started with the session. Till the time, I'll tell you how the flow of the session is going to be. So we'll be having a session in a three segment. First will be an introduction from our founder Mr. Amar, where he'll be sharing some of his light and his experience and how his role has been so far. After that, we'll be having a basic introduction to the current team. Post that will be basically taking you guys through the application process, like what is the application process and how we will be evaluating each role and what is the timeline to submit in the each process. And I'll be sharing that across the screen to show you guys to get habituated with each step so that there is no confusion left. So let's just wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll begin the session. In the meantime, while everyone join, we have a requirement from one of other colleges. I am Srimo to basically take the attendance of the students. So for that, I'm just sharing a link, a Google Form link, which will be deactivated just after the call. So student can fill in the name and their details, including the college name and the roll number. And this form will basically get deactivated after this pre-placement talk and will be shared to your college as a form of your attendance that you have attended this call.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for addressing that.
Just confirming with the IIT Dhanbad and IIT Bhopal coordinator. Hopefully, your students have also joined because our founder, Mr. Amar, has joined the call, and now we'll begin with his introduction. So, hi Amar, welcome to the pre-placement call, and thank you for joining this call. So today we have the pre-placement call with three colleges: IIM Srimur, NIT Bhopal, and IIT Dhanbad. Hopefully, Amma, you can hear us. We are not able to hear you right now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so let me just
So
reintroduce
we
the
going
colleges today that we have. We have NIT Bhopal, IIM Srimur, and IIT Dhanbad right now with us, and the student coordinators from their side.
Okay, great. And have the student coordinators joined and
Yes.
introduced themselves?
Yeah, they have joined.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, hi everyone. Great to be with you. I'm actually in New York for a conference today. So I'm just dialing in from there, and um, wanted to welcome you all to the placement presentation of the Auro group. So just quickly on the Auro group and my background. So very much like many of you, I grew up, in India, in Delhi and Chandigarh. Went to St. Stephen's College for economics honors, and then to the London School of Economics for my master's, and then to Stanford University for business school. And then started my career in New York in McKinsey and Company. And then followed one of my clients, Citigroup or Citibank, as many of you might know it, to the headquarters in New York, and eventually ran their asset management business, and then went on to private equity, which was the latest trend at the time, and then eventually on to hedge funds and venture capital, which is what I've been doing for the last 10 years or so. So we've invested in many companies you might have heard of. So early investors in Uber, in Palantir, in Alibaba, and Flipkart, Snapdeal, Carddeco, 1MG, which we recently sold to the Tata Group, and so on. We launched the venture studio where we have about a dozen companies back in 2017, and you'll be meeting some of the founders of those companies in the next few minutes with Abhishek as well. And we basically at the Auro Group are at the cutting edge of innovation, be it in AI or blockchain or many other sort of technologies. So these are all tech-enabled businesses. So these are businesses in finance, so fintech or edtech or staffing or health tech, and many more. So it's an exciting opportunity, I think, for you guys to get involved at the ground floor of one of the leading organizations globally in terms of innovation, and also the types of opportunities that are available, which run the gamut of more tech jobs like back-end development, front-end development, full stack, AI, blockchain development. But also non-tech jobs that don't require coding experience, like product manager, business analyst, investment analyst, sales and business development, and so on. So with that, I'll pass it back to Abhishek, and Also happy to answer any questions, if there are any at this time.
So thanks, Amar, for the quick introduction, and that was helpful for all the students who have joined across the three ventures, so three companies. So with that, I would like to pass on the mic to the coordinators from IIM, IIT, and NIT. As Amar said, he would be attending a meeting, so he would have to drop from the call shortly. So before he drops, if anyone of the coordinator has any questions, they can just unmute themselves and ask the question right now.
Oh, hi, Amar. This is Anushri from IIM Simon. It was a pleasure hearing you. Uh, Great experience, and we're looking forward to connect you with our students.
Hi, Anashri. Thanks. Yeah, great to meet you too. Anything I can tell you for yourself or for any of your students in terms of the types of opportunities or any questions at all?
Right, so I would love to hear more about your journey, and there's a lot to learn. Uh, I'm sure we'll join the PPT, and we'll get to know a lot about the company. So I have a lot of questions right now about the company, how does it work, and more like that. So we'll be taking up after the pre-placement talk. I'll be asking you a few questions. First, would love to hear from you.
Sure, yeah. So as I mentioned briefly, my journey began, like I guess all of your journeys in India. And what I tried to do in my life was to have a point of view on where the smartest people are at and what is the center of gravity, if you like, in the world, both in terms of geography and um, the activity that was attracting the best talent. And so when I came out of, when I graduated from my master's in 1999, so quite some time ago, at the turn of the century, the capital of the world was New York, pretty much for anything. And so the best athletes in the world, were trying to get to New York, and McKinsey and Company had been the number one job out of graduate school for 30 years. And the reason was that it was a way to fast track into the C-suite, into, if you wanted to become CEO of of Citibank or American Express or GE, McKinsey was the way to get there. And so I was fortunate enough to start my career at McKinsey, that also in New York, and it was, an exciting time. But then we had the global financial crisis, which many of you may have heard, where lots of banks went under, and you had this sort of bubble with mortgages that had been packaged into these CDOs, collateralized debt obligations, and there was too much leverage embedded in the financial system, and so everything came undone in 2008. And then after that, the leadership of the center of gravity, if you like, in the world moved to California, where it was the big tech companies. So it was Google and Apple and Amazon and Facebook that became the center of gravity in the world. And I really thought to myself, how do I participate in that ecosystem? And that's when I applied to Stanford, and was fortunate to get in. And it was once again very exciting to be in Silicon Valley, surrounded by um, you know um, people like Mark Zuckerberg and Stan and Sergey Brin and Google and others who really showed that if you had a great idea, you individually could change the world and amass great wealth and build great companies. And so that went on in terms of the center of gravity. And then China became the biggest thing in the last decade. So from 2010 to COVID in 2020, uh, China basically had greater wealth creation and build more unicorns, like billion-dollar companies, than even the US. Um, and never before in the history of the world had we seen so much productivity growth and labor and capital growth like we saw in China in that last decade. So moved to Hong Kong to set up the hedge fund in one of the large U.S. Hedge funds, loaned by capital, spin-off called Time on Capital, and was fortunate to be part of that ecosystem where companies like Alibaba and Tencent and Baidu and Meituan um, really took over the world, frankly. They overtook the United States in many areas of advanced tech. So we had self-driving cars in Shenzhen, 5 years before the first Waymo showed up in San Francisco in the United States. And so it was great to be part of that ecosystem and invest in those companies and also, more broadly in Asia, that was becoming very exciting. Um, and I think that right now, as we speak, for me, the most exciting geography in the world is actually India. So in the post-COVID era, after China and the U.S. have become enemies in some ways, and a lot of U.S. companies have come out of China. And for example, Apple has taken a lot of its supply chain and manufacturing bases from China to India, and also uh, democratic values that India has align much better with the West. And so India is, I think, maybe along with the Middle East, like maybe Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, the most exciting place in terms of innovation and growth right now. So for you guys, you're lucky you don't have to go anywhere. You have to just grab the opportunities that you're getting, um, uh, you know, just where you're at. And so yeah, that was sort of my journey, and I think your journey is starting at a very interesting time and place.
Yes.
And your journey is starting.
Amar, it was great hearing from you. Your journey it was beautiful, and you talked about staying in a lot of different countries and exploring them. So, being on a trip and surviving, like actually surviving there is very different. It's difficult. So, how did you like manage that and cope up with that while working?
So I think the key was to, as you said, like not treat it like a trip, to basically become native, embrace the cultures, embrace the local languages, and really try and become an insider in these countries. And it's great from personal perspective to learn different cultures and see what we can learn as Indians from their professional and personal values. And in each case, there was a lot to learn. So in England, I guess where I first moved from India for my first masters at the London School. Uh, it had kind of ruled the world for like 3 centuries, and the English are very good at kind of being statesmen and um, finding their best interests and kind of being uh, the language of communication. I mean, I guess we all speak their language, so they have certain things in their culture, I guess, that allow them to do that. Um, so you learn those sort of qualities. And then, of course, with America, it is the greatest meritocracy in the world in that they don't care about your color or your religion or what your parents do. They really care about you and what your um, ambition is and how hard you work. And so I remember when I was at McKinsey, the CEO of McKinsey, which was still a very white sort of Harvard Business School type firm, was an Indian gentleman called Mr. Rajat Gupta, who had actually been to IIT Delhi and then gone to Harvard and then joined McKinsey and worked really hard and gotten all the way to the top. Um, and so that has been the uh, kind of the USP of why America has been so successful. But that's also now kind of coming undone with some of the anti-immigration policies of Mr. Trump. And so, um, and also I think as America got richer, they got less competitive. And the Chinese, although India's had some conflicts with them, and both countries are sort of competing on several dimensions. But the Chinese are extremely hardworking and like Indians, but they're also, even though they're a communist country led by one party, they are probably the most capitalistic country in the world. In that, even the New Year's greeting in China is not, Happy New Year or hope you prosperous, and spiritual New Year or happiness. It's Gung He Fat Chow, which is hope you get rich quick this year. And everyone is obsessed with money, and they work really hard and are willing to do anything for it. Um, and also the way the country runs, they create national champions. They don't allow foreign companies to come in and take over their industries. They ensure that their own companies dominate and run that market. So, got to lots of things to learn and respect about the Chinese. Um, and Yeah, I think that's the way to really grow personally and professionally and move forward in this world.
Yes, that's actually true. Like, even we at IIM Silmar have students from all over India, and they celebrate different festivals. We have a lot of cultures. We have people speaking different languages, and I've been getting to learn a lot from them, more than I would have ever, gotten a chance to if I had stayed in my hometown. So it's actually very experience. It's a great experience to have, and you get a lot to learn. You get to grow. You learn so many different things from different people. The peer-to-peer learning that we have in our culture, it's a great experience to have.
Correct. And actually, interesting story about why we're called the Auro group. So Auro is actually coming from Sri Aurobindo, who also started the Auroville ashram next to Pondicherry. So Orville is also the name of our asset management company. So the the philosophy of like even or Sherwindo or Orville, if any of you have been to that ashram, is that it's a very um, international place. So actually, Europeans are even greater in population than and Americans than Indians, and so they create this sort of very diverse group of people from different countries, and they come together and innovate and live together, and so the culture at your group and the setting is same. Like we have colleagues from all over the world. The companies are based in various countries, so whether it's United States or the UK or the UAE or India. Um, and the opportunities allow you not only to move across functions, but also geographies and interact with people from all over the world. So we really believe in the power of multidisciplinary, multilateral, multi-geography.
Oh, that's actually so great. Like, I'm sure our students will have great time working with your organization and, getting to learn so many different things from their peers and travel the world. And we're looking forward to have a great and fruitful collaboration with you.
Thank you, and yeah, we're excited to meet all of you as well. And I encourage you to stay on, and you'll meet many of the other founders from around the world, and also many of the student alumni and current and employees in our organization now in the next part of this placement. So you'll get to see for yourself what type of journeys and interactions are to be had in the Auro group. So with that, if there are no further questions, I'll pass it back to Abhishek. And actually have to speak at a conference here in New York today, so we'll leave you in his good hands.
Thanks, Amar. So, Amar, I don't think there are any further questions right now. So, I'll be taking any further questions from the student going forward. Thank you for joining this call. And with that, we'll now dive into all the different ventures that are there in Auro Group. We'll be talking about each of those ventures companies and what they are into. So, yeah, Amar, I think you can drop now. We'll be taking this session forward from here.
Thank you. Thanks, and thanks everyone. Bye bye.
So, to introduce all the different ventures, I'll request the coordinators as well to switch to YouTube right now. So, we'll be talking about all the different ventures and then we'll come back here to address any questions that you have regarding any of the ventures.
Sure,
Minutes
Abhishek, on
from
it.
a couple of the ventures. So, Auro Digital, the first one, as you can see, is based in the US. It's one of our flagship ventures. It's the new name for a Nasdaq listed company where we acquired the OMS BMS company called Diginex, which was a trading software platform. We've since built that out to be one of the largest infrastructure plays within blockchain. So it's connected to about 105 centralized exchanges, about 120 DEXs, all the large OTC desks, and many of the large qualified custodians around the world. We've got two of our colleagues, Aditya and Navas from Auro Digital, who will also talk about their own experience from that. The IMS is an investment management system that is actually been moved from the US. It's now headquartered in Luxembourg. It's a marketplace for asset managers to raise capital. AIML is a that's artificial intelligence machine learning platform to create a suite of uh, prediction models for digital assets. So it's everything from GANs, WHANs, LSTMs, transformer models, where we essentially predict the price of digital assets and also invest in them. Auro.edu is another flagship venture. It has essentially disrupted the education space by creating a fully native AI app that curates a customized curriculum for students, everyone from class 11 upwards to professionals. And it also has a powerful learn to earn model where we are focused on a big problem in India, which is that a lot of the engineering colleges are half empty, and even the folks that are enrolled have less than half of the class actually finds a job after they graduate. Less of a problem in IIT, though we've actually seen that same phenomena play out in the ITs as well to a lesser extent. So we've got two of our colleagues from Auro.edu, Nikhil and Shresh, with us as well to talk about their experience. I'll run through the others pretty quickly. The idea is just to give you a flavor of all of the types of innovation that's happening within the Auro group. So Auro.ai is a robo-advisor. So it's a fintech asset manager. Ideal Development is a co-innovation and co-working company. Auro Yoga is a health tech company. Shub.in is one of India's leading content publishing and book publishing companies. Auro Bridge is a German company that is one of the first to issue fully licensed tokens that tokenize real estate infrastructure and green bonds in Europe. Or a bet is a betting platform, which is a prediction markets for real world events, like who wins the U.S. election, for example. Or a Sui Clear is a JV with Sui, which is a spinoff from Facebook or Meta, as they now call it. Oracle is a venture where we essentially have a very deep data lake of pricing of various types of assets that we provide to various protocols. Oro Dex and Oro Liquid are our proprietary Dex aggregator, where we basically have algorithms that are able to get the best price from multiple liquidity pools. Um, and the last point is that the ones in all caps are Web3, and the ones in non all caps are basically Web2 projects. And so as you can see, AI and blockchain sort of run prominently across all of these companies. So with that, I'll pause and pass the mic on to Aura Digital. So Aditya Navaz, whoever wants to kick off, and both of them are senior team members of ours now, who joined us right out of college and can share their experience. We also have one of the CEOs of one of our ventures called the Auro IMS on the line. Charlie, are you there?
I am. Nice to meet everyone. I can just give a little background on myself. Is that what you like, Mark?
Yeah.
So Charlie Phippen, I'm here outside of New York City, in the state of Connecticut, actually. So welcome, everyone. Really happy to see everyone on the call, and it's exciting to talk to such a great group. My background is I have about 25 years in finance. So I've worked at big firms like Goldman Sachs, UBS, BNP Paribas as a trader, and then moved more into management and running businesses. So I just was running as the CEO of a firm called Water Tower Research. And now we're working with Amar, and we're looking to expand that business as well. So nice to meet everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Aditya and I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2023. My major was in mechanical engineering. And since then, I'm a full stack developer at Auro Digital, where I contribute to both backend front-end system, as well as I am responsible for managing the CI/CD pipelines as well. So let me tell you about briefly what our day-to-day looks like. So for front-end development, we ensure that our platforms are user-friendly and visually appealing by building intuitive and responsive interfaces. We work extensively with React.js, TypeScript to create seamless user experience, and we also have a significant focus on performance optimizations as well, because in order to remove the UI latency as much as possible, so that our clients can use our tools effortlessly. On the backend side, we develop robust APIs mostly using Python, and we work closely with databases like Redis and Postgres to implement efficient data storage and retrieval mechanisms. And for CI/CD pipelines, we mostly work with Ansible, GitHub Actions, and Docker to design CI/CD pipelines that automate testing and development, as well as the monitoring procedures. So yeah, handing over to Nawaz, he can guide you more on the backend side.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I'm Nawaz Zafar. I'm a lead Python developer in Auro Digital. So the product that we are building is OEMS, which is Order and Execution Management System. So a brief background on me. So I'm also a 2023 graduate. Me and Aditya were in the same batch, and we got selected for Auro Digital, and it has been a great experience as we got to learn a lot about algorithmic trading and how the system works, and um, how like crypto is redefining the future, as we say. And we are building as we are creating the future. So that's pretty interesting. We are not as we are creating new innovative solutions in the backend space. So the backend stack is mostly Python based, uh, where we have a lot of different Docker containers which manages different services. So we have balances, we have algo execution, we have exchange management, and we have everything in between. And we also have a very interesting decentralized integrations as well. So yeah, overall my experience in Auro Digital has been very great. I got to learn a lot here. So over to you, answer.
Yep, thanks, Nawaz. So maybe we can now move to Shrey, who can talk about his experience at Auro.edu.
Yeah, okay. So hi guys, I'm Suresh Jaiswal and I'm working at Auro.edu. So Auro.edu is basically the edtech side of Auro, and we are creating this platform for upskilling, and I'm working here as a product manager. So if you have seen the app of Auro.edu, I have designed it completely. So with Auro.edu, we are trying to achieve, to create a platform for, everyone who wants to learn, and as well as, uh, connect with the jobs, internships, freelance opportunities. So in a way, we are trying to fill the gaps between, learn to earn, because you have seen like people in the market, they are learning from various platforms. Some they are learning from YouTube and everything, but learning is just the first step, right? So after learning, you need to connect with the right opportunities as well. So with that goal in mind, I started working already. So before that, like I have 7 years of experience. I passed out in 2018. So initially, I was working in tech sector of like K-12. So we were building a product for JEE, NEET, and those exams. So I have myself cleared those exams. So I started with that domain. So, but like from last 2 years, I have been working in this upskilling sector. So for mostly college students and professionals. So the very good thing about Auro.edu is we are trying to use the latest technology like AI, as you have seen. Like AI is it has gotten so much power now. So we are leveraging AI in Auro.edu and trying to build a platform where where AI can assist you in a way which is so personalized, and it knows everything about you, and can help you at every step. So Auro.edu is not just about learning. AI is along the way, and it will help you with doubt solving, revision, and it will create you custom courses. Like if you give a if exam and you see you have some weak concepts, so it will create you custom course just for those weak concepts, dedicated for you, personalized. And also we have built this engagement on our Auro.edu app, because learning is just one part. Engagement is something where you actually explore the other side of learning. So the whole app is gamified and fully engaged. So you can connect with other people. You can talk to experts in chat rooms, and there's e-money or a coin system in the app. So in a way, this app is a whole platform what we need at this time, because there are so many platforms. But all what you do is something it starts with the learning part, and then tutoring, mastering, and then at the end it's the earning. So we are connecting learning to earn. So we are not just uh, a platform which I would say you just go and start a course and learn and finish. So at the end you will get the opportunities, freelance, full time, and internship and everything. So that's what we are trying to build in our video. So in the future, like if you're gonna have any doubts related to product, not just the learning part, but any doubt related to the product, like any feature, anything, you can ask me in this meeting. Yeah. So now handing over to Nikhil, it's our backend developer.
Hello. So I'm Nikhil. I passed out in 2016 and have been working for Auro.edu for last 8 months. So the backend architecture of Auro.edu is mostly based on Python and Flask. There are multiple microservices, and the middleware is in Node.js Express. For databases, we sometimes use Mongo, but mostly we use MySQL. And yeah, so for our Gen AI needs, sometimes we use ChatGPT, but most of the time we rely on Gaia.net, which is an uh, open source Gen AI platform where anyone can upload their own models and they can host their own nodes, right? And for some ML-based tasks, we are using BERT and other models. So in the backend, I would say we use multiple tools based on their usage. So whatever the requirement is, we pick the best suitable tool and then we start using it. That's all for backend. Over to Omar.
Great. Thanks, Nikhil. Okay, so you've now heard from quite a few IIT alums who are currently part of our team. We have several, as I said, been working with IITs for over a decade. Most
So, do we have any questions right now at the moment, or should I continue?
Abhishek, you can continue in case some students have any doubts. You can let them in this meeting.
Sure, yeah, I have shared the link on the YouTube already. So, anyone who has doubt, they can join the link and they can pin here. So, with that, I'll continue the session, and you can see the screen onto the YouTube. I'll just talk about how the interview process is going to be, how we'll be evaluating. So, for this, I'll take an example of a common role because we have a tech college and as MBA college. So, I'm taking example of a product management role. So, suppose if you basically are applying for a product manager role, each of you, the student coordinators, have received the link, right? For the each role. So once the student click onto the link, they will be redirected to this page that you're seeing on the screen, and this page has mentioned the details including the location and what are the skills required for this particular role. So once a student click on apply button, they will have an option to complete one of the two courses. It's not mandatory to complete two courses. Two courses are just given here so that students get another opportunity if they fail in one course. So once you click onto the course, you will be redirected to the course page. Student is mandatory to note that you have to follow it through this link only, because what we have done here, we have bypassed the video here for you guys so that you don't have to watch whole video. If you just click on the video and you come back, you will be able to take the test and you don't have to spend time watching any videos. If you want to watch, that's up to you, but to reduce your time, you don't have to watch any video. You just have to go to chapter quiz, and that's like 10 quizzes. So each, it will take hardly around each question has around 15 to 20 seconds, so each quiz will take around 5 to 6 minutes. So there are like 6 quizzes. Once you complete the 6 quiz, there is a final exam with maximum limit of 60 minutes, but you can complete under that. And once you submit that, you are completed from your end for the round 1. Now why we have given two opportunities for the students, two courses, is that if you fail in any of the quiz, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, you will not be able to move forward to the final round. So that's why, to give student a fair opportunity, we have kept it like student can attempt best of 2, and the final score in their final exam will be considered as the marking for moving to the next round. So if suppose a person A is attempting two tests, is scoring 80% in one and 90% in second, the 90% marks will be considered. And if a student is attempting only one, so whatever marks he scores will be considered as his final marks. So that will be the criteria. We'll keep this test, round 1 test, open till Sunday EOD, so that you guys have time to complete it during the weekend. Post that, will take a week time to evaluate all the research result that you have submitted, and few selected students will be given an opportunity where they will be shared the next round. So the next round is going to be simple. It's going to be a coding round for all the tech profiles, and it is going to be experiential round for a non-tech profile. What do you mean by experiential round? I'll explain it. It's very simple. Let's suppose if I take an example of business analyst, a business analyst will have been given a data set where they have to analyze that particular data, and they would have to answer certain questions related to that data set. So those would be the round 2. Post completion of round 2, we will be starting with the interviews as per the dates given from your colleges. So different college have interviews starting different times. Some are starting in November, some in December. So as per the time allocated from your college, we will be starting with the interview round. So that's the process that is going to be, right? So with that, it's all from our end. Now I'd like the student to enter the chat as well if they have any questions, or the coordinators can ask on behalf of any students if they have any particular questions. So do we have any questions right now? Or is it all clear to everyone? So I am IIT, NIT. Is it all clear to all the 3 colleges what the process is going to be? If it's all clear, we'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then I'll be ending this live session. So I request anyone watching on the YouTube as well, if they have a question, I have pinned the link for this meeting. You can basically join this meeting and you can ask your question if you have any doubt, and we'll be taking out your questions.
Yes, Abhishek, it was a great session, and I think you explained it pretty well. It was also visually very appealing, so it was very easy to understand all of it. So I think it is all clear for our students. In case they
Okay.
have any doubts, they will be reaching out to you.
Sure. So with that, I'll just request all the coordinators to share the link, the job profile link, with all the students so they can get started applying for the, start taking the quiz and the test from right now, and it will be open till Sunday EOD. So I request all the students to complete it before that. And I'll be also sharing the attendance to all the colleges. For that, we have filled the form, and I'll be pausing the form so that no students can fill once